What's up, bros? I'm Jonathan.
And I'm Caleb.
We are a couple of bros on a mission to give you guys the most detailed movie reviews out there with as little bias as possible. Welcome to the All Bros. This week, we got nothing for 4K Spotlight. My wallet thanks you. With Through the Wall, we got our first... Actually, is this the first?
So what we initially got was a teaser. So this is like our first trailer.
Okay, so we got a huge first trailer that we got to talk about, which actually dropped this morning that we are recording this, so on December 13th, so we'll be talking about that. And then we will be moving on to our headliner of the evening, which will be our breakdown of Violent Night, starring David Harbour. So, Caleb, what do you say we get started?
I say, let's do this.
All right.
Every day, we're surrounded by media. Books, movies, art, music, games, apps, podcasts, etc., etc. With this constant bombardment, it's easy to miss great media gems in the chaos. But fret not, you've come to the right place, my friend. I'm Jason, and I love media. I invite you to check out the Mixed Media Forest podcast, the podcast where I trudge through the forests of media to find hidden gems for you, the listener. Every episode of Mixed Media Forest is chock full of fun, reviews, nostalgia, positivity, news, rants, stories, and recommendations about all things media. Again, that's the Mixed Media Forest podcast, created on Anchor Podcasting app and available everywhere fine podcasts can be found. Give it a listen. It's what all the cool kids are doing.
All right, so jumping straight into it, for Through the Wall, we got our first official full trailer for Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. And, oh my god, that's all I can say is just, oh my god. I don't know, just because I was, freaking, in awe of everything that was happening on the screen watching this trailer, that, literally the internet had to help me, see every single freaking reference that was in one of the shots as they're traveling through the Spider-Verse, because holy shit, so many Spider-Mans to pay attention to.
Dude, holy
but I love
crap. I don't even know what to say about this trailer. It was freaking awesome.
Yeah, it was so good. Honestly, I love that we start with Miles having starting to have that talk with his mom, and that's how it ends. And I love how she points out that you're growing up, you're leaving this little boy behind, but I still want you to keep that little boy alive. Can you do that for me? And it was such a sweet moment.
Oh my gosh, it freaking hits you right in the feels, dude.
It really does. And God, what is it? The line that Gwen Stacy says? Was it "We're supposed to be the good guys"? Is that what she says? Who is she? I can't remember who she's talking to. In that
I think
scene.
she's talking to Miles.
That's okay. Yeah,
At least that's what I understood from it. She could have been talking to anyone for all we know, because we never really saw her say it.
True. That is a very good point.
But this movie seems like it's going to be a little bit wild.
Oh, yeah, this looks like it's balls to the walls.
Yeah, I have a feeling that there's some, a time travel aspect to this movie. And future Miles, or alternate reality Miles, is jacking shit up for the Spider-Verse, and it's pissing all the other Spider-Men off.
That would make a lot of sense.
Yeah, because it's why else would they all freaking just attack him?
Yeah, straight up. What the hell did Miles ever do to you guys, except for, the point that you brought up?
Yeah, and then did you see, the dude who... It looked like that was, future Miles.
It did, yeah.
So, if they go that route, that's going to be freaking insane, dude.
Yeah, dude, all All I know is I gotta like start preparing my eyes for this visual masterpiece. Because even if this isn't, I just feel this is gonna be a superior sequel. I'm just calling it right now.
That is
even if it,
a very bold statement.
oh, I know. But even if I'm wrong, and it doesn't live up to the original, at least we can say that the visuals were just as good. Because even from this trailer, you can tell that. I don't know, even just like remembering the first one, you can just tell that they cranked up the visuals just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
They look even better.
They look incredible.
Yeah.
So I'm very
Dude,
happy with what we're seeing.
Especially, like, oh my god,
dude, he looks so good. Like the animation in this is crisp as hell.
yeah, oh god, it's so beautiful.
Dude, I feel like this movie just proves that 2D animation is not dead.
Yeah,
Like there is a desire for it in the public world.
dude, this just like going to see this in the theaters is going to. I mean, I get this experience every single time I get to see a 2D animated film in the theaters because this was the way with Bob's Burgers movie. I just had just a smile on my face when the first frame opens and you just see beautifully hand-drawn animation. It just makes you smile.
Mm-hmm. I freaking love it. Like, there's just something about that feel. Like, and I know that it's not true 2D animation, but it feels like it.
Yeah, it's
like
pretty damn close.
Yeah, it gives you enough of it. Like, obviously, like, I think it's just made it more crisp, like the 2D, because like 2D, you kind of it was kind of a guessing game on what characters looked like at different angles. So, like the animators had to just, like I said, had to guess what that character looks like from like this angle or that angle or whatever it may be. With this, you kind of don't have that issue, and it just, like I said, it gives you a cleaner feel for the movie. And then with that, you can go a lot more stylized than you could with a 3-dimensional world.
Exactly.
So I'm beyond excited for this movie to come out. I like, even if like my guess is wrong and it's not like future Miles jacking everything up, like what we saw, it has me hyped enough to go see this day frickin' one in IMAX.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh, I will be there Thursday night, Cinemark XD.
Yep, abso-freaking-lutely. Like, there is no freaking doubt about that whatsoever. Yeah. So I think it kind of goes without saying we're sitting at a very solid 10 on our excitement level.
Oh yeah, there's no changing that. Honestly, even before this trailer came out, I was at a 10.
Yeah, I think that just goes to show how good we thought the first one was.
Yeah, dude. The first one is such. I consider the first one a masterpiece, and there's a reason why it won for Best Animated Film at the Oscars the year it came out.
Absolutely deserved it.
If it didn't win, I was going to be so pissed off. Because, I mean, I forgot what it was against, but yeah, it deserved to win, hands down.
What year did that movie come out? 2018 or was it 19?
I think it was 2019. No, I think it was 2018 because it came out in December, right?
Let's see. 2018.
Okay.
The Oscars 2018 film nominations. Oh wait, technically that would have been 2019, right?
Oh, yeah, good point.
Yeah, it was going up against shit. Like, it was going up against The Incredibles 2.
Which was such a disappointment.
I wouldn't say such a disappointment. Like,
okay,
it was decent, but I mean, the animation was fine. Not at the same level as freaking Into the Spider-Verse, though.
And it just wasn't as good as the first.
Yeah. Then it was going up against Isle of Dogs.
That was a really good one. I really enjoyed that movie.
Yeah, but like Spider-Verse level?
Okay, not as good.
Yeah. And then another animated film called Mirai.
I have never heard of that.
It kind of has like a Studio Ghibli feel to it.
Okay. Interesting.
So I kind of like that animation style. So that's actually one I might check out. So I have not seen it, so I'm not going to make any judgment calls on that one. So if it was better than Into the Spider-Verse, like we're sorry, I guess.
Yeah.
But then the last one, like the last nomination that it was going up against, that I honestly will say did not deserve to be on this list. Ralph Breaks the Internet.
Oh yeah, I absolutely agree. Yeah.
Yeah,
I can't
so,
even argue that.
Yeah, Into the Spider-Verse, with the caveat that Mirai is an adequate film, absolutely deserved this win.
Yes. Well, so as we said, we are at a 10 for Across the Spider-Verse. Can't wait for this to come out. This will come out in May, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So that covers us for Through the Wall. So Caleb, what do you say we move on to our headliner?
I say let's do it.
All right, so for this week's headliner, we'll be breaking down David Harbour's Violent Night. This movie, what just came out like 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, so it came out December 2nd, if I'm not mistaken.
You are absolutely right.
Hell yeah, that doesn't happen very often.
God, give yourself some credit.
Dude, I'm horrible with dates.
Wouldn't say you're horrible.
I would.
I mean, I feel you remember like the most important ones.
Yeah, like ones
At
that
least
are
I
like
hope so.
personal to me, and then ones
Okay.
for movies that I'm like super excited about.
See, that's all you need to know. That's all.
Yeah,
that
but
matters.
it's like for me, it's like the next movie I'm excited about. It's not like every single movie. Like if you could, I couldn't tell you the release dates of like the next Marvel movies. All I know is the next one comes out February 17th, which just so happens to be Iris's birthday. So I'm going to have to make a very hard decision. And
oh God, imagine Iris older listens to this episode and she's just like, see where your mind was at, Dad.
honestly,
Love you too.
I feel by the time that she's actually listening to this, she'll have had a couple more birthdays that coincide with Marvel release dates, and she'll know.
She'll understand. One day she'll understand.
Yeah.
Oh
I'm just gonna, but no, like, all jokes aside, I am going to try and get tickets for that Thursday night, because her birthday's on a Friday.
Yeah, that's a good call.
I think. Let me just double check. Yeah, her birthday's on a Friday, so I'm probably going to go try and see it the 16th. What actually, I can go to a later viewing if I need to, because I will absolutely be taking Iris's birthday off.
I think Brielle would kill you if you didn't.
I think she would too.
And Brielle's not a violent person, but I feel
that's kind of a strong assumption of yours.
Apparently, I didn't know Brielle as well as I thought. Anywho.
Yeah, well, like, I don't know what you're waiting for. I'm not taking that back.
Oh, no, I know you're not. Oh, I know you're not. I'm just gonna laugh my ass off if she, like, while you're editing this and she hears that part, she just busts through the door. What?
Yeah, I know. Gotta be careful. Like, it kind of feels like that Key and Peele sketch.
Oh my god, yes.
You know the one I'm talking about.
Oh yeah. Well, before we say anything else that Brielle might overhear, Caleb, do you want to let people know how we break down movies on this podcast?
I would love to. If you are new to our breakdown system, we have split movies into 8 different categories that we individually score to come to a final All Bros letter grade. And the 8 categories that we score are story, writing, acting, character development, effects, music, costumes, and then we give it our own personal score at the very end. All of these numbers get magically added up and spit through our algorithm and give us a letter grade to compare this movie to others of a similar score, as well as a percentage, just for shits and giggles, just so we can have like an official ranking.
Yeah. I forgot, usually the next line comes from you when you're just like, so if you haven't seen Violent Night, Rose is about to spoil the
I guess I can do that.
Well, I kind of cut you off, sorry.
No, you're good. Yeah, so if you have not seen Violent Night, we highly recommend you go check this out. And yeah, just go check it out. It's a freaking, spoiler alert, really good movie.
Yeah, it really is. It's such a fun Christmas movie.
So yeah, if you've not seen it, you have been properly warned. And if you listen past this point, Rose is going to spoil the whole thing for you. So listen at your own. What's the word?
Leisure?
Discretion.
Yeah, discretion sounds better.
Yeah. So if it's spoiled for you after now, it's your own fault.
Yep.
You've been given the proper heads up.
All right. So, on Christmas Eve, Santa Claus drinks at a Bristol pub and laments that children have become increasingly materialistic in a world unaware he actually exists. Flying off with his reindeer and sleigh, he accidentally vomits on the apartment. This was the perfect way to introduce the title card, because the way that the bar lady just looks up in awe, she's like, "Oh my god, it's really Santa Claus!" And it just gets covered in bark.
Dude, this
it was
set
so great.
The tone flawlessly.
It really did. Oh my god.
Oh, freaking loved it. It was freaking disgusting because it was like it was like chunky or had like rice looking shit in it. That was so gross.
And of course, since she's out in the cold, you can see like the steam coming off of it because it was.
Oh, dude, that made it worse. That made it worse.
Yeah, it did. All right, before we accidentally hurl, you good?
Yep.
Okay. In Greenwich, Connecticut, Jason Lightstone, his estranged wife Linda, and their daughter Trudy visit his mother Gertrude's mansion to celebrate Christmas with his alcoholic sister Alva, her new boyfriend and wannabe action star Morgan Steele, and Alva's online streamer son Bertrude. Finding an old walkie-talkie for Trudy to talk to Santa, Jason and Linda overhear her only wish to become a family again. Drunkenly delivering gifts, Santa arrives at the Lightstone estate, where the caterers reveal themselves to be mercenaries with Christmas-themed codenames. Led by Mr. Scrooge, they slaughter the staff and take the family hostage. Santa is discovered by one of the henchmen, whose gunfire scares away the reindeer, and they fight until Santa knocks him out of a window to his death. Stranded, Santa decides to save Trudy and her family from Scrooge, who demands the $300 million in cash from the mansion's vault. Santa kills another henchman and takes his radio, coming across Trudy's channel, and finds the mercenaries on his magical naughty list. Yeah, can we just talk about how freaking badass that was? Like when he's
The
talking
naughty
about
list?
when he's talking about a certain person or nice list, just he literally pulls it up and there's the person that he's talking about and showcases if they're naughty or nice, and just that
And
was so freaking
what
bad.
they've done to be on that.
Yeah, so badass.
Dude, I
love that.
I love people's interpretation of how Santa works.
Right?
Like,
And the fact that like in this movie even he doesn't understand fully how his magic works. I loved that part that they touched upon that.
yeah, like it was actually kind of refreshing as opposed to like some other Santa theories or ideas that we've seen. Like, for one, I'm thinking what is it? Like the Santa Claus movies, the ones with Tim Allen, and like they never really explain it, but they're starting to get into a little bit more detail about what happens where it's like interdimensional travel, and that's how he's able to get from city to city super freaking fast. As well as like time displacement and like all that crazy stuff. So it's like he puts the world on pause while he goes freaking nuts. And then Christmas Chronicles, I don't know if you've seen those ones.
I still haven't.
Yeah, they kind of have a similar thing, but he's able to, like, that Santa's able to, like, move very quickly. He turns himself into what's called coal dust, and that's how he, like, travels into people's homes and drops off the gift. So he's just, like, really fast, and his sled is all, like, constantly, like, he doesn't land on rooftops very often. He just, like, the sleigh just kind of like floats midair and kind of follows him around. And so when he's ready to hop in and go to the next city, like he just like does his weird magic and gets into the sled and like takes off. But this kind of has like a more classic feel for how he delivers gifts. Where it's not like anything super crazy. Like he has like the tapping his nose and turning into dust to travel up the...
which is awesome.
Yeah, I've always really liked that that method. But freaking love what they've done to Santa in this.
Same here. Let's see. When Trudy's walkie-talkie is discovered, Jason tells their captors that she is simply playing make-believe and declares that Santa is not real, causing her to run and hide in the attic. Santa reassures Trudy over the radio, revealing that he was once Nicomund the Red, a bloodthirsty Viking warrior, and finds comfort in his 1,100 years of marriage to Mrs. Claus. One of the henchmen, Krampus, forces the family to present their gifts to Gertrude, who is surprised by a card from Jason. Wounded, Santa is captured by Scrooge, who bears a childhood grudge against Christmas. Santa's knowledge of their real identities convinces henchmen Gingerbread and Candy Cane that he is real, and he uses his magic to escape through the chimney. Gertrude's private kill squad arrives, led by Commander Thorpe, but are in league with Scrooge and Kill Morgan when he tries to escape. Finding the vault empty, Scrooge threatens Linda, and Jason confesses that he stole the money and was planning to flee with his wife and daughter, which he explained in his card to his mother. He reveals the money hidden in a nativity scene outside, and Gertrude forgives his treachery as a Lightstone rite of passage. Retreating to a shed, Santa finds a sledgehammer and brutally slaughters the kill squad. Trudy creates traps inspired by Home Alone, resulting in Gingerbread's death, and Candy Cane prepares to shoot her but is killed by Santa. Scrooge gives the orders to kill the hostages, but Alva, Linda, and Bert manage to kill Krampus instead. Scrooge and Thorpe flee into the woods with the money and a captive Gertrude pursued by Santa. Linda kills the last mercenary, and Trudy sees her parents reunite with a kiss. Lured by Scrooge, Santa crashes into a cabin, and Scrooge finds himself on the naughty list and acknowledges Santa is real, but is determined to kill him and end Christmas. They fight, and Scrooge gains the upper hand, but Santa uses his magic to drag him up the cabin's chimney, crushing and eviscerating Scrooge.
Dude, the visceral reaction that I had to that that will haunt my nightmares for years.
You know what? Fair enough, man. Fair enough.
That was so freaking brutal.
Yeah, that was very disturbing. I'm not gonna lie.
Like, we'll get into it a little bit more, but I had to say something there. That was just...
Santa is fatally shot by Thorpe, who is killed by Gertrude, and Jason burns some of the money to keep him warm, but Santa succumbs to his wounds. Trudy inspires her family to all declare their belief in Santa, and he is revived, admitting that he still does not really understand how Christmas magic works. His reindeer return, and Santa bids goodbye to Trudy before flying off to finish delivering gifts, his faith in Christmas renewed. And, Caleb, I apologize, I lied to you. In a mid-credit scene...
No, I did see that one.
Oh, I didn't see this. In a mid-credit scene, Bert records a video with Thorpe's corpse boasting that Santa is real.
Hold up. You didn't even stay for the full credits?
No,
And you son of a bitch.
Okay, I have a defense here. I think I have a defense. Okay, so I went to see this. Okay, so I went to see Violent Night with my buddy Ryan, and we wanted to grab because I wanted to take him to try Zaxby's, but we had to make sure that we had enough time to do that so he could make it home in time to make bedtime for his daughter. So,
dude, you know what you say then? Say then? I don't know, Caleb. I didn't stay for the full credits.
I regret nothing.
Dude, I was getting up and walking out, and then I realized that I forgot my drink, and so I walked back, and then I saw that mid-credit scene. I'm like, that asshole, son of a bitch. Yeah, and so then I sat back down and Googled. I'm like, okay, is there anything else? And luckily it said no, it's just the mid-credit scene. And I'm like, good, and I got up and left.
Well, now you know to never trust me when it comes to asking.
I know. Next time I'm going to be like, hey, any end credit? No. Did you sit through the entire credits?
No. Then your opinion is not valid.
I know, dude. I always try to hit you up. Anytime I know that I'm going to see a movie before you.
Yeah.
I always try to freaking hit you up and be like, oh yeah, it's not.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, you freaking should, dude.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I freaking mess up my bladder because of shit like that.
Hey, you know what? There's a huge fix for that. Don't buy a drink.
How about you don't tell me how to live my life, Rose?
How about you don't give me shit when, Alright, I got nothing. I can't justify anything of what I said.
Yeah. Not get a drink. You're freaking nuts.
All I'm going to say is Dad was able to make it home to give his daughter a good night hug, and that's all that matters.
Fair enough.
Anywho. Story.
Dude, I was actually really surprised at how well this story worked.
Dude, right? Same.
It had a really decent flow. It built up enough of a story that made sense. It was a good time.
It was. I have a question though. Did you feel that it was too long at all, or do you feel like it was perfectly paced?
Ooh.
Cause yeah, when me and Ryan went to Zaxby's, we were talking about this, and we were both talking about how we both enjoyed it, and I said for some reason I feel like they could have cut it down a little bit, but I don't know exactly where. That's the problem. So I can't back up my claim.
That's a really tough like I completely understand where you're coming from with that.
Yeah.
Like, yes, there were definitely times where I'm like, all right, like freaking pick it up.
Yeah. Okay.
I can't recall where.
Right? Yeah, like I can't think of anywhere that they've been like, oh, you can cut this down, you can cut this down. Because, I mean, you definitely don't want them to cut down any of the violence, because holy shit, like Santa, the last 30 minutes of this movie, especially, Santa comes to freaking play, and it is amazing. And don't even get me started on the freaking Home Alone traps that Trudy sets, because I was laughing my ass off when they like see them and are just like, wow, yeah, kid, you're supposed to hide this stuff when you try to Home Alone us. And just freaking
dude, that was so violent.
It was so great. Oh my god,
I lost it.
Yeah,
dude, when like I felt bad because I'm like, oh my gosh, she gave away her position. Like this isn't gonna end well. Like I figured like the girl would be fine. I'm like, but this is gonna be a tough one to get out of like this. And then when they pan down and show the freaking one step that was jacked up, I was like, oh no,
oh, he's screwed.
Yeah, and then he freaking. I freaking
dude,
cringed, dude.
Oh, dude, same. Yeah, when that nail went through his chin, I'm like, ugh.
I know, dude. It's the same way I feel about shit going through people's hands.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, like in Ready or Not?
Ugh. Yeah.
Did I just bring back some trauma?
Yep, just a little bit.
You're welcome.
But, oh my gosh, dude. Like, there's some things that I absolutely feel like with that Home Alone scene that were ridiculous. Like the way that what's-his-face was holding the nail up above his head. Like he was studying the nail. And then it like goes up to like the bowling balls that are coming down and like knocking this girl over, and she like grabs one and like flings it down the stairs, and it hits. Like I think the pacing there was a little off. Because it's like he picks it up, goes to look at picks the nail up, like looks at it above his head, which already is like a horrible decision.
Yeah, true, yeah.
Like the way that I personally would have gone about that is have him stand up, pull the nail out, turn around so his back's to the ladder, and then he's like looking at the nail, and then have the bowling ball hit him in the back of the head, and then like freaking Joker smash him into the nail.
Yes. Alright, yeah, I would have loved that.
Yeah, then you like same effect, like you freaking have him. Like I think they just wanted him to fall back on the friggin' floor mat.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely agree.
So I like I said, personally would have done that a little bit different. Like maybe have him get knocked out by the bowling ball and then like face plant into the the mat.
Yeah, there you go.
Or just something along those lines. I think him lifting the nail over his head was a tad ridiculous.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that.
Yeah, but I mean that one, like I said, I can't tell where the pacing was off. Like I know that it was like you said, like it was noticeably a little long, but I don't know where it felt that way.
Yeah.
Like, cause how long was this movie? It's like hour 50.
Okay, so it was definitely almost close to 2 hours.
Yeah.
It's like I'm sure you could have cut 10 minutes somewhere, but I just don't know where.
I bet you probably could have cut it around maybe where Santa's just kind of meandering around in the mansion, like where he falls asleep in the massage chair.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like you probably could have cut it there, and like all of his shenanigans there. Because I think that's probably where it was a bit slow. Oh, and then definitely some of the stuff with like the parents. I think like they just needed to kiss and move on. I think the action needed to happen more immediate, where they didn't have to have like that weird the conversation between the two of them, and then it's like, oh, almost kiss, and then boom, you have to fight this bad guy, and then back to like romantic moment, and then you get back to Santa. Like I think you probably could have cut the weird conversation.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that.
I'm trying to think like anything else that probably would have improved the pacing, but I mean, story-wise, like I said, it had a decent flow. It was just noticeably long. It's just hard to pinpoint.
Yeah.
But I mean, the story overall was fairly good. I mean, it's not like top tier or anything, but
no. But I mean, when you decide, oh hey, you know, like let's turn Santa into not a bloody murderer, because his actions are justified, but just seeing like a violent, bloody Santa, but for like the right reasons, that just screams a good time to me.
Oh yeah, it like this movie did a really solid job at like motivations and everything, and like even explain why or how Santa knew how to fight, like making him a Viking warrior, which was kind of badass.
Yeah, that was a nice touch, and it didn't feel like honestly out of place at all, because I feel that they kind of lead up to that with like when he's like bandaging his wound once, and you know, like he has to, you know, take off his shirt and everything, and so you see all those tattoos, and so you're wondering like, you know, like I wonder where those come from, why he has those, and they explain that when he's talking about his days as a Viking.
Yeah, like I freaking loved that aspect. Like it made Santa like, oh, he's been through some shit.
Yeah.
But it like I think honestly all it did for me was make me want like an origin, like okay, how the hell did Christmas magic come into play then?
Dude, I'll take a spin-off of this movie with David Harbour.
Yeah.
Although like, I would watch any movie with David Harbour just because I have such a great time watching him in anything he's in.
Yeah, I'm trying to see. So I know that like Christmas is like a pagan holiday, right?
As far as I know, yes.
Okay. So let's see, what did Vikings practice? Okay, so Vikings practiced an Old Norse religion or Norse paganism.
Huh.
Okay.
Interesting.
Kind of cool. Gosh, I want an origin story for this Santa. Dude, I honestly hope we get a sequel out of this. This was so well done.
I do too. This is such a fun movie.
It was so much fun. But like I said, I think story, it is very much above average for me.
I would absolutely agree with that.
It's honestly, and I know that they made references to both of these movies a ton. It had very Die Hard vibes.
Yeah, it did. Did you I forget where he said it, but like Bruce Willis like recently came out and said, "Everyone needs to listen to me, okay? Die Hard is not a Christmas movie. Now you guys can move on with your lives."
Dude,
please tell me you've seen that.
Yes, it frickin' is. Don't lie, Bruce Willis.
I've never seen Die Hard, so I can't say anything.
I've seen it like once, but it is absolutely a Christmas movie, whether he likes it or not. So, sorry, Bruce Willis, but you're wrong. Where are you sitting with the story?
Like you said, like it's not that I had a problem with the the pacing entirely. Like I said, it's just it felt like it could have been cut in some parts. But I mean, you pointed out a part that it could definitely be cut in, but like I'm sure that I have a feeling that when I watch this a second time, like when it comes to Blu-ray, I'll probably be able to point out like, oh, okay, you could have cut that down a little more. You could have cut that down a little more. I'll be able to like truly like point out where they could have cut like probably like 10 minutes. But overall, it's such a fun, interesting story, and like it kept my attention the whole time. Like I don't really have a lot of problems with the story. It definitely does what it sets out to do. I mean, it's called Violent Night, so you get a violent story with Santa Claus. But like I said, his actions are justified. So story-wise, I'm going to go an 81.
That is actually right around where I was at. I might be a little higher than you. So I'm probably at like an 83.
Very nice.
Like I had like a freaking blast with this, and it was like I said, good. Like this is an 83 is exactly where I would put Die Hard.
Okay.
And like most above average action movies.
Yeah.
Like it's not like top tier or anything. It's exactly what it needs to be, but it's still offering a decent amount of value other than just freaking blood and gore.
Very true.
Like I feel a lot of action movies can suffer through issues like that where it just feels like, oh, this was just gory for gore's sake. This felt like it needed to be that way.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, like I said, sitting at an 83 for me. Moving on over to writing, there was a lot of cheese in this.
There definitely was. I feel that there's they definitely wrote it to where like, oh, you're supposed to like this side of the family, and then you're supposed to like not like this side of the family. Like especially his sister's side, you're made out to hate these characters up until like when the Scrooge and his team bust in and they like actually like kind of start towards the end, at least I feel, trying to become a family again, which in some instances it didn't really feel earned. Because like honestly, I feel like at the end you don't really what's his name? Is it Joshua? The main guy?
Jason.
Sorry, thank you. I feel him and his sister, their relationship still feels like the exact same to me at the end of the movie. It feels like nothing like changed from what they went through on Christmas Eve. Just, I don't know, like, it definitely had a lot of like classic like, oh, you're supposed to love this character, you're supposed to hate this character writing stereotypes.
Yeah, it was hard for me to focus at all with the Lightstones. Like I feel like my main focus was Santa and like his
what
his
you come
story.
to this movie for.
Yeah, but it did feel very like cheesy dialogue where I don't know, where it was just like very competitive and talking like, oh, where his sister goes like, I'm out to get you. Like, okay, freaking shut up.
Yeah.
Like, we can tell. Like, you can just be a kiss ass and give him dirty looks and whatnot. You don't have to like announce it to the world. Like, oh, I'm out to get you, and like all the family sucks, and like, oh, I have this freaking douchebag of a son. Dude, there is nothing I hate more than freaking portrayals of like social media influencers.
Dude, straight. I will admit though, the joke when they're just like, "You named your son Bertrude because we named our daughter Gertrude." That's not even a real name. That did give me a good chuckle. That was funny.
Like, don't get me wrong, there was definitely some good laughs, but I feel like there was a lot of weird dialogue, and especially the one that like is like the highlight for me was Krampus. Like the dude was just over the top weird.
He was, but I loved it.
I liked it to a point, and then it just felt too much.
I can definitely agree with that. I feel like when it was actually like really funny to me is when, I mean, it's kind of like a dark situation, is when he's like when he's having like all the family members like open the gifts because they're not going to be around in the morning to open them, and he's like commenting like, "Oh, grandmother didn't like her present. Who's next?" I liked that scene. But I feel when it came to when Scrooge says to execute all of the hostages, he got a little way too extra at that. It just, I don't know, he was a little too much for me. I get it, you're psycho, you're having fun in a really effed up way, but let's dial it down a little bit.
Dude, I thought it was so freaking weird when I think one thing you probably could have cut out was the whole Nutcracker thing. Like the one where like the little Nutcracker where like she busts up his hand or his finger, like that was jacked up.
Yeah, that was fine. But do we really have to bring it about the big one? Oh yeah, let's really make it a Nutcracker.
Yeah, and then
that was such a stupid joke.
Dude, it was ridiculous. And then everyone, like, I think that's where it could have been cropped. It's I'm not touching his balls. Like, I'm not touching his junk. And then Krampus is like, I'll do it. Freaking creep.
Yeah. Yeah, seriously.
Like, the only way that I feel that that scene would have worked is if Scrooge would have been like, okay, now, like, you made it weird.
Yeah, that would have been funny.
And then just, like, gone straight into, like, violent mode and, like, gone to his head or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, just something along those lines. I think as soon as, like, Krampus, like, joined in, it just, like, okay, this seems excessive.
Yeah, I agree. Did you actually, like, remember all of their code names? Because I sure as hell didn't. I think Krampus is the only one that I actually remembered. Well, besides Scrooge, of course.
So the only reason I even remembered Krampus was because I have the IMDb up with the list.
Oh, okay.
So no, I didn't remember like all of theirs.
Okay.
The ones that they have is they have Krampus is like the big one. Gingerbread and Candy Cane were the two that were running around closely with Scrooge. And then they have Sugar Plum, which was the hacker.
Oh, okay.
And then everyone else, like they have a couple others, but I think they were just throwaway.
Man, I gotta give them credit, interesting code names. I like that they were getting into the Christmas spirit with that.
Yeah. It was hard because it's like a lot of cheesy lines from everyone like that felt unnecessary. I will say there were definitely some smart ones thrown in. Like I was actually surprised when Scrooge came in and he's like, "I'm just going to start blowing people away unless they tell me where the money is." And then freaking Bertrude hits him with like, "Well, if you just start shooting randomly, like what happens if you accidentally shoot the person that knows where the money is?"
It's like, wow, the kid actually has a brain.
No, he's just like, he like pauses and he's like, F you guys.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, that's like a really good point. Like, oh, that was so freaking solid. I'm trying to think of like
what did you
stuff.
Think of some, and I don't know if he had a lot, but like of like the funny like play on Christmas saying Santa had, like when he's like, it's time for some season's beatings or shit like that.
That's shit that I feel you need in an action movie like this. So I wasn't
Fair.
too upset about it.
Yeah, good point.
Like, I think this just goes to show how good of an actor David Harbour is, because he pulled it off amazingly.
He sold that shit well.
Dude, he even sold the freaking ho ho ho, like, laugh.
Yeah, he did.
Like, I don't think that there's very many Santas that can pull that off. Like, Tim Allen has pulled it off. And, like, as far as I'm aware, he's the only, like, real one that's pulled off, like, legitimate, like, ho ho ho, and make it sound like a laugh. Like,
yeah, I would absolutely agree with that, actually.
Like, I just recently rewatched Christmas Chronicles, and Kurt Russell attempts to do some ho ho ho's, but it comes off, like, really forced. Then I'm thinking through other, like, Christmas movies. Arthur Christmas I watched recently. That one, like, the same thing. It's just a little, like, like, too, like, a little over the top, like, just too much. But I think David Harbour sold it as, like, a genuine laugh. So,
yeah, I would absolutely agree.
Yeah, so really appreciated his ho ho ho's, and then the just the one liners, the, like, Santa Claus is coming to town, like, oh yeah, like, I was here for it.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough. I'll agree with that.
And I freaking loved it, dude. I freaking love the I love, like, the conversations he was having with the reindeer. Like, that shit was so funny.
Yeah. Freaking who did he call out for shitting on the roof? Was it Blitzen?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, like, as he's going in the house, like, Rudolph wouldn't do this shit.
Freaking loved that.
Dude, I will say, if there is any underrepresented reindeer, it's freaking Rudolph. Like, yes, Rudolph has an animated movie and whatnot all about him, but we never see Rudolph.
I think it's because they mostly try to stick. Has it? I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but, like, I was always told that, like, Rudolph is, like, not an actual, like, Santa's reindeer. Like, he's, like, the make believe reindeer. Like, it's the core. God, how many, there's 8. Yeah, there's 8 reindeer, right?
Eight.
Yeah, it's always the core 8. Like, Rudolph kind of exists in his own universe.
Dude, that is bullshit. That is absolute garbage. Like, no, society made Rudolph a staple in the reindeer gang. Like, you can't just freaking throw him away like that. And they obviously addressed that Rudolph exists in this.
That is true.
So it's like,
right.
Why not? Like, it just feels like, I feel like a lot of movies have freaking addressed Rudolph. Like, gosh, I want to, like, how do you look up Rudolph references?
I don't know, maybe, like, on IMDb there might be a character of him, and it might be on the trivia of it.
Ooh, okay, here. Films and live action. So he is referenced in Elf.
He is?
Yeah, apparently. Wait, is this talking about Rudolph? Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Rudolph appears in Fred Claus.
I don't remember that because I just barely watched Fred Claus a couple days ago.
Yeah, well, he's not depicted with a red nose, and his nose doesn't glow, so it's kind of like a bullshit reference.
Yeah, how the hell is he Rudolph then?
What the shit? During the opening title sequence of the 2021 film Black Widow, a brief clip of Rudolph helping Santa delivering presents. Oh, from the
when the kids are...
from the 48 adaptation.
Yeah.
Okay, that doesn't count. Freaking stupid. And then animated. What the shit?
What?
He's referenced in Monsters, Inc.?
No freaking way.
Yeah, it says the Yeti Mike and Sully meet after they've been exiled by Waternoose is based on the abominable snow monster from the TV special. Oh, that doesn't freaking count either.
Yeah, no.
That's not Rudolph. He's in Polar Express too. Rudolph, what? Okay, the point I'm trying to make here, Rudolph is a staple in Santa's reindeer, and we don't see him nearly as much as we need to.
He has his own freaking Christmas song.
Yeah, he has his own Christmas song, his own Christmas special. You know who we don't give a rat's ass about? Freaking Vixen.
I don't know what you're talking about. Justice for Vixen.
Dude, there are so many, there's maybe a couple reindeer that we actually, give a shit about.
Dasher's always been my favorite.
Of course he freaking has, Rose.
The hell is that supposed to mean, asshole?
You know damn well what that means. Alright. So, the ones that I'm that are the staples in the Santa's reindeer, for me, when I think Santa's reindeer, the first three that come to mind are Rudolph, Blitzen, and Comet. Right?
I feel the one that yeah. I mean, what about Dasher? He introduces the song. Well, you know Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and you know.
Yes. Okay, I'll give you Dasher, kind of. But I'm thinking, the adaptations that I've seen of, the reindeer, it's always, Blitzen, Rudolph, and Comet. And Comet, only because of the Santa Claus movies with Tim Allen. Because Comet's, the favorite.
Yeah.
And then Blitzen, I feel, is just kind of he's always been the head reindeer.
I think we're forgetting about the most important reindeer, though. Olive, the other reindeer.
Dude, I will punch you in the throat.
I'm sorry, I had to make the joke. Dude, please tell me. So you've seen the special.
I have seen the special.
Okay.
Doesn't mean I liked it.
You gotta give the person credit though for who came up with the story. Yeah, if you hear it differently, yeah, you could hear it say instead of all of the other reindeer, it sounds like Olive, the other reindeer. You gotta give him credit. That's not a bad idea.
You're so stupid.
I'm just saying, I can't be mad at the person who came up with the idea because I can't say, well, that's just stupid. Who would think that they're saying all of the other reindeer and not all of the other reindeer? No, if you...
Dude, how funny would it be to see a live-action Santa adaptation where there's a dog named Olive attached to the reins?
I'd lose my shit, dude.
That would be the funniest thing on the planet.
I would be able to die happy at that moment.
Absolutely agree. But, like I said, anyway, what I'm getting at, Rudolph deserves a little bit more love.
Hashtag justice for Rudolph.
Hashtag justice for Rudolph. Dude, that should be the real test of who's the popular reindeer. Name off the reindeer, but don't sing the song.
Who, me? Or
Yeah, like...
oh, I thought you were like...
No, so, okay, how about this? Well, you just said... Well, let's see if you can do it.
Okay.
Starting with Blitzen.
Aw, you son of a bitch. I can't say it. I hate you.
Starting with Blitzen, name the Actually, hold on. Let me see. I just want to check something real quick. Okay, it doesn't have to be perfect.
Okay.
But alphabetically.
I hate you. Oh my god, dude. I can't do that.
Yeah, exactly. You want to know why? Because without the song, you wouldn't know any of the other freaking reindeer.
So true. Because with the song, you're just like Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, Blitzen. Yeah.
Yeah. I bet you couldn't do it out of order.
Oh, hell no. I would so F that up. I'm also just thinking of a freaking Please Tell Me You've Seen Jingle All the Way.
With Schwarzenegger?
Yeah.
That's the one with the
Turbo Man?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
I'm just remembering when they're like running to the radio station because they need to like name off all of Santa's 8 reindeer, and like he's like running ahead of the mailman, and he's just like saying them off. He's just like Comet, Cupid, Donner, Blitzen, Comet, Cupid, Donner, Blitzen. Oh my god, I love that movie. That movie's underrated. Not great, but it's a really good Christmas movie.
Yeah, that's a really good one. Yeah. Dude, that is freaking hilarious.
Screw you for having me start... Who did you say to start with? Comet and then do it in alphabetical order?
No, start with Blitzen and go in alphabetical order.
Yeah, screw you.
I will even give you the letters in order if you want to try it that way.
I don't think I could do it. Like, I really don't. Apparently, it's too late for my brain to try to do shit like that. I know it's only 8:30 in where I'm at, but still, it's too late for this shit. Can you do it?
No, that's the point I'm trying to make. Of course, I can't do it. No one can do it.
Bet. I'm just kidding.
Dude, if you can find someone that can do that without singing the song, like that would be just a feat.
I'm just gonna go around at work tomorrow and just be like, "Hey, weird question, but can you name all of Santa's 8 reindeer, starting with you said Blitzen, right?
Starting with Blitzen
in alphabetical order, and go."
Doesn't have to be perfect, just has to be like the starting letter. Because there's a couple B's, there's a C, there's a P, and a V.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna find someone.
Good freaking luck. Dude, that would be a super freaking funny TikTok.
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh. All right. Anyway,
I would just have to make sure, like, of course we do it like when we're off the clock after work and we're not showcasing our work uniforms because we ain't getting in trouble for that shit.
Pull a whole Billy on the street.
Exactly.
Anyway, getting back to writing, I think overall the cheesiness kind of brings the score down a lot.
I would agree.
Like the over the top everything. Like there's some shit that I'm like, no. Like let's see. Oh, so after the whole Santa Claus and Scrooge fight, after Scrooge gets completely wrecked, the Commander Thorpe freaking pops a couple shots at Santa. Like Santa dies and he like is threatening to shoot Santa, but then Gertrude comes with a gun and freaking sits there and is like, I don't think so. And then she sits there for a second and then freaking blows Commander Thorpe away. And I'm like, that is such bullshit.
Yeah, seriously, he just stood there frozen. No freaking way.
Yeah,
For all the training that he had, hell no.
Yeah, freaking taught, like, the fact that she was able to even, like, get the gun that close to him.
Dude, straight up.
The biggest of red flags.
Yes.
Like, no. Like, if you wanted to pull, like, hey, she was, like, super far behind him and freaking shoots him through the head or whatever, like, sure, I'll buy that. Like,
Yeah,
taking him by surprise, like, sure. But, like, announcing that you're about to freaking shoot him, no. Not someone that well trained.
Yeah, I don't buy that for one freaking minute.
Or someone that you claim is that well trained.
Yes, exactly.
Freaking stupid.
Ay.
So I'm not sure where that puts me with writing.
I'm honestly I'm at a 75. That's a drastic drop for me.
Honestly, I'm not that far off from you. I might be a little bit higher because, I mean, what was good was really good.
Oh yeah, I can definitely agree with that.
But it was just the freaking cheesiness that it just kept trying its hard. It was like weighing it down like a freaking 50-pound weight.
Dude, straight up.
I think I'm going to be a little bit nicer. I'm going to go 77.
Okay.
All right, moving on over to acting. We have David Harbour, who plays Santa Claus. John Leguizamo, who plays Scrooge. Alex Hassel, who plays Jason Lightstone. Alexis Louder, who plays Linda. Cam Gigandet, who plays Morgan Steele. Edie Patterson, who plays Alva Lightstone. Beverly D'Angelo, who plays Gertrude Lightstone. Leah Brady, who plays Trudy Lightstone. And Alexander Elliott, who plays Bertrude. Such a stupid name.
Man, I guess. I mean, you could just say just call him. Well, do they call him Bert? Right?
Yeah, they call him Bert.
All right. I mean,
but
it's not a horrible name.
Yeah, but freaking his dad calls him Bertrude whenever the Gertrude's around.
Yeah, true.
He's like, "Let's go, Bertrude."
We all know that kid is legally changing his name the minute he turns 18.
I don't know. That dude's a freaking tool.
Yeah, true that.
Dude, nothing like makes me cringe more than someone who's just like the whole #blessed.
Yeah, oh my god. Yeah, whenever I see shit like that, I'm just like, shut up, please. Like, no.
It's the worst because you know there's people like that out in the world.
Yeah.
Anyway, gosh, I don't think this is going to be very hard. What's your top 3 look like?
What is the grandmother's name again?
Gertrude.
Gertrude. So what's the actress's name? Sorry.
Beverly D'Angelo.
Beverly. I would actually give her number 3 because she did such a good job playing a bitch. Like, I loved her every minute she was on screen and just had me, when she would tell, Jason's, right? Jason?
Yeah.
Jason's sister or her husband, stop being a suck up or, shit like that. Or when I love the part when, they're planning on standing right in front as a family, the sister and her family, for when the mom eventually comes in, and then I forget what happens, but they move to the back where the Christmas tree is, and she comes in and she's like, "Why the hell are you all the way back there? You're supposed to be right up front."
I'm trying to
So
see what
weird.
else she's from. Let's see. Oh, she played the wife in the Vacation movies.
No shit, that's her?
Yep, Ellen Griswold.
Oh my god, no wonder I love her. I freaking love her in those movies. Oh, that's so awesome. Oh yeah, that even like more so clarifies that she's my number 3.
Dude, she's freaking awesome.
Number 2, I would definitely give to John Leguizamo. He was fantastic. He was such an asshole, but like in the best way possible.
Dude, he plays such a good bad guy.
He does. He needs to do it more often.
I absolutely agree. Dude, honestly, this might be a hot take. I think he should have come back for Luigi.
Okay, you know what? I can, as much as I love Charlie Day, and I'm very excited that he's the voice of Luigi, I can accept that. Just because Bob Hoskins, rest in peace, and John Leguizamo were not the problems with Super Mario Bros. Movie.
No, the fact that they tried to... This is going to be a really fun one. So, spoiler alert for future episodes. We are going to be breaking down the first Super Mario Brothers the week before we talk about the new Super Mario Brothers.
Okay, dude, I feel that we have to just like set it in stone that we have to watch that on VR together. We have
absolutely.
to watch that together. Okay,
Dude,
that has to happen.
Yeah, and freaking DJ, I know you're listening to this right now. If you do not have a VR headset by that time, we're going to have problems because we need to have a Super Mario Brothers VR movie night.
Yeah. We'll call it the Super Mario Bros. Movie night. There we go.
There has to be another way to to say that.
What? That just rolls off the tongue. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know how else to say it. I'm trying to think, but it's like it's not a great way. But yeah, like if it has to happen.
Yes. But yeah, no, John Leguizamo absolutely freaking killed it in this movie. I freaking loved every minute that he was on screen. But of course, David Harbour is number 1 because he has officially joined, honestly, my top 3 list of my favorite Santa Clauses in Christmas movies. I absolutely loved his performance in this movie. He is fantastic. He just gives off like the warmth and the loving care of Santa Claus when he needs to, but also is a violent badass when he needs to be. It's just so great. You can tell that he's having such a good time playing Santa Claus, and God, I would love to see him return as this character. Like we were talking about earlier, I would love to see a spin-off like with like the mythology of Santa Claus. That would just be amazing. Just because I really want to see David Harbour back in this role.
I know, this is like one of those things that's like, hey, you set this origin up to be told. I want to see this freaking movie.
Considering like how well this movie has done in theaters, like, I mean, budget 20 million, box office 43 million. It's done very well so far, and I'm sure it's gonna do even better like once it hits streaming, because apparently from what I've seen, Universal is going to drop this on streaming, like for like the like expensive price of like $30 or $25 or $30, but they're like dropping it like I think December 23rd. So like days before Christmas. It's perfect. It's going to get, I feel, so much more attention even during that time. So I feel that this movie will definitely get some more box office, and I feel for how popular it's going to be on streaming that I feel that if they did want to do a prequel spinoff for that kind of stuff, I feel that they could justify it with this box office.
That would be freaking sick.
It
Like,
really
it's
would.
already made its money back globally.
Yeah.
Like, it's at 43 million right now globally.
Yep.
Like, I don't think it's performed super well within the US, but yeah, I think this is going to find its stride on streaming.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
This is going to be a new yearly watch for me.
Oh, same here. Just like this joined Krampus as and this isn't even a horror movie, but like not like other Christmas movies that have joined my list of what I set out to watch every single year.
Yeah, dude, like, I love movies like this where it's not like the typical Christmas story. Like, don't get me wrong, there's a place in my heart for like the cheesy Hallmark movies. But there's just something about Santa Claus movies or just other like Christmas tales in general. Like, this has easily entered my top 10 Christmas movies.
I seriously need to reevaluate mine, because I'm sure it has two for mine, but like honestly, I haven't put my list together in years, so I really need to.
Yeah. How about we make that like a homework assignment next week? Obviously, like, we'll be posting the day after Christmas, but we'll be recording. Actually, we'll be recording before Christmas, right? Yeah. We'll be recording before Christmas, but releasing it after. So maybe just as like a quick little bonus episode, we'll release our top 10 Christmas movies.
I love this plan. Okay, so by next episode.
Yeah, next episode, ready. Have your top 10 made up.
Got it. Sounds good to me.
But yeah, this is easily entered top 10. And honestly, I think I'm with you. I'll say this, I'm not sure if he's cracked top 3, but he's definitely cracked top 5 live action Santas.
You know, honestly, I would actually agree with you on that. Maybe like 3 is overstepping because I feel with also that I need to reevaluate my Santa Claus ratings. Tim Allen's number 1, and he always will be. But I definitely need to look back at everyone else that has played a really good Santa Claus. So
maybe we should do that too. So
okay.
So our homework, it'll be like a little bonus episode that we do. So we'll do like our normal breakdown, which next week we'll be breaking down. Oh shit! What did we say we were going to break down? Oh, A Christmas Story, Christmas.
Yes.
So since that's what we're breaking down next week, we'll do like a bonus episode on Christmas, talking about our top 10 Christmas movies and our top 5 Santas.
I love it.
So, okay, with those Santas, live action Santas, or just in general Santas?
I would feel Santas in general.
Okay. Because there might be an animated one in my top 5.
I feel the same way. So yeah, let's do Santa. No, any Santa.
Okay. Gosh, this next week is going to be a blast.
It really, yeah. Oh, I'm really looking forward to next week.
Anyway. Honestly, I am going to absolutely agree with you on that top 3.
Really? Okay,
yeah,
sweet.
for this movie. I loved Gertrude and just how like horrible she was.
She was fantastic.
Yeah, I was trying to think of like anyone else, like Trudy. Like, she was decent. Like, she might be a really close number 4 for me. And I don't know. I feel like my only issue with her is that she felt a lot older than she was acting.
That is fair. That is absolutely fair.
So I think, like I said, that was my only issue with her. So that's probably why she didn't crack top 3, but like absolutely agree. Gertrude or Beverly D'Angelo, John Leguizamo, and then David Harbour number 1, because David Harbour's the freaking bomb.
He is. I swear that man can do no wrong. Like, even if it's like an absolute garbage pile of a movie, he's always like the silver lining of it.
Dude, absolutely. Like, people that freaking hate on Hellboy, he was not the reason that movie was bad.
Still need to watch it. Or do I? I mean, I bought it, so like I kind of should watch it.
If you own it, don't go out of your way to watch it.
Okay.
But if you have bought it, I think it's worth a watch.
All right, fair enough.
It's like, if I was going based off our recommendation rating, I'd say it's like dead center between Nothing Better to Do and Stream It. Like, it could be a coin flip.
Okay.
So, yeah. Anyway, what would you give acting?
I feel that some of the, like you pointed out, I think like we have pointed out throughout the episode, like some of the extras do bring it down a little bit, especially some of the henchmen. So, but like I feel like those 3 like save this movie, when it comes to acting. So I'm gonna go slightly above my story, and I'm gonna go an 82.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty decent area to be. I think I'm going to match it with the story. I think it was just like perfectly level. The main cast bring it up a lot. It's just the extras are what ruin it.
Yeah.
Like, if the extras would have kept their mouths shut for a majority of the film, I think it would have been a lot higher.
Agreed.
But yeah, so I'm going to set it an 83 with that one. All right, next up we got character development. So obviously we got to do Santa with this one.
Really, really good. Honestly, I love that you start out with him at the bar, and just talking about, you know, how no one really appreciates him anymore, and the kids that actually, you know, like really do believe in him. Not the kids that like actually believe in him, but like most of the kids nowadays, they ask for like the newest technology. You know, they're asking for the newest video game, the newest iPad. There's even a scene where when he's fighting one of Scrooge's henchmen, and he's trying to pull out a weapon from his sack, and he keeps pulling out a video game. And he's just like, seriously, no one asked for like a bat or some shit like that. That was also a really good joke. I really liked that one.
Dude, I loved that one. And like, one thing that they did a really good job of was showing that it's not like he just stopped caring.
Yeah.
It's just the majority of kids were bringing it down for him. Like, and then you saw like that situation where he was in the apartment with the dad who was like drunk off his ass in front of the TV, and then the little baby who was like in the same room as them, with like in her crib, like asleep. Like, he felt for her, like went and like gently placed down a present like next to her, and then like slapped down a thing of coal for the dad.
Oh, that was great. I loved that.
Yeah. If there's also a thing that gets underrepresented within Christmas movies, it's the use of coal.
Yeah, I feel the one that like does that so well though is the freaking Santa Claus 2. I don't know, just how evil Santa is so keen on making sure every single child gets a lump of coal.
Yeah, but it's like we don't get to see Santa like actually delivering coal.
That is true. That is very true.
Like, I think coal was used as like a oh no, like ruining Christmas kind of situation, but we never see Santa like actually do that. So I think seeing Santa like deliver coal just kind of.
My question with that is, okay, how? Because Krampus comes when you're like been like what is it like when? Okay, sorry, I'm gonna start over here. So you get coal when you've been bad. You land up on the naughty list, right?
Right.
Krampus, he comes when you've just lost the Christmas spirit. You don't believe in Santa Claus anymore, or Christmas in general, or is it kind of like the same thing? That do you have to be like so bad that like Santa's just like, okay, yeah, coal isn't even going to help this kid. Krampus, you want to take this one?
That
I've always wondered that.
I'm going to Google that real quick.
Because like honestly, I had no idea, and I mean I was never taught about Krampus growing up, but I didn't know who Krampus was until the movie came out. I'm like, who the hell is this guy?
All right, let's see here. Have you ever wondered? Yes. By the 16th century, the beast-like Krampus was created as a counterpart to Saint Nick to punish naughty girls and boys, sometimes by leaving coal in their stockings. So that's something Krampus used to do, it seems like.
Huh.
So
Santa
it's not Santa
was the one.
Yeah, so it's not Santa that leaves the coal. It's Krampus that leaves the coal.
Interesting.
Yeah, and then they just change it because they didn't want people believing in Krampus. So they're just like, no, if you're naughty, Santa delivers coal. But it's not Santa. Santa delivers the gifts to the good boys and girls, and Krampus delivers coal to the naughty ones. But at what point does he kidnap them and beat them?
Dude, straight up. I don't know. I like that in the movie, you literally that he just takes your family away, and then you're left with the bell. I don't know. I like that a lot better. That just like he leaves you just so you know that like you messed up, kid. You messed up.
Yeah. Gosh, we need more Krampus content.
Dude, have you heard? I never watched it, but have you seen the freaking Santa Claus versus Krampus movie that they made a couple years ago?
No.
Yeah, they actually made one. It was like a direct to DVD thing. But I don't know what it is. Like, I don't since like so the way that Krampus looks in the movie, that's how to me Krampus should look. I love that he looks like Santa Claus in the face, but like you can still see like the hooves and everything. So I absolutely love that design. So whenever I see like a different design, I'm like, oh, I don't like that. That's not Krampus to me. Like that's my favorite iteration of Krampus. I think that iteration is just so great. I love how he looks. And so whenever I see like how, like in Norse mythology he looks, or like, other stuff, I'm like, I don't love that as much as the movie design.
So you're talking about like the 2015 movie? Or
yes, yeah. No, the 2015 movie.
Okay. Yeah, I freaking love that design of him too. Gosh, Krampus is so cool though.
He is. Just God, yeah. And I love the idea of like instead of leaving a lump of coal, you leave a bell that has his name on it. Like I don't know, like that's just much more traumatizing than a piece of coal.
A little bit,
or a lump of
but
coal,
then
sorry.
then him freaking kidnapping you and whooping you with sticks is also kind of horrifying.
True, very true. There was a wood carving that I saw last Christmas on Etsy, and it had like the classic picture of like Krampus like stuffing one kid into his sack, and then another kid running away, and then it said like was it Groos van Krampus, I think is how you say it. And not gonna lie, I was very tempted to buy it, and I would hang that up every single Christmas.
Dude, I still want that Krampus pop figure.
Do I have a Krampus pop figure?
I don't know if you ended up buying it before you like lost interest in pops.
If I did, because I'm so like dead serious, I'm actually starting to sell off my collection in January. I'm making that my New Year's resolution to literally have, honestly, only Hawkeye Funko Pops left. So if I find a Krampus, he's all yours, and I'll send him off to you.
Oh, hell yeah. But only if it's the one where like the kid is in his bag.
Okay, deal.
I don't know what about Krampus just tickles me silly, but I love it.
And they think I'm the effed up one.
I know, it's just...
Between the two of us, what the hell?
I know, it's like I kind of want my kids to believe in Krampus. As well as Santa.
Oh my god.
I'm going to tell them that. Like, if they're acting naughty, I'm like, oh, Krampus is going to come whoop your ass.
See, I would say, oh, I'll, when Iris is, old enough to, really, understand, difference between, like, Santa Claus and Krampus, I would totally send her a Krampus bell. But, like, I want to stay her favorite uncle. So... I don't want to do anything to jeopardize that.
Maybe that's like an older teen gift.
Okay.
Like if she maintains like the interests that she currently has, as like I think she has them, like what I assume she's gonna grow up to like she kind of has an affinity for the creepy stuff. Like, she loves spooky stuff. Like, we went to, like, this Halloween, like, scary walkway where this dude went and bought, like, a shit ton of, like, Spirit of Halloween displays. And she was loving it. Like, she loved all of them. Like, all the creepy ones, all of, like, the clowns, too. So, I think as she gets older, if she keeps that same interest... I think she'll like Krampus.
Dude, like, I don't know why, but like I'm almost tearing up over here because you saying that, I'm just like, I know we ain't blood, but like she really is my niece. If she's into that shit.
Dude, she freaking loves it. Like,
oh my god, dude.
Like, I was trying to, so Brielle was trying to freaking like traumatize her with that shit. Like, so, okay, fun story here. So there was a display. It was like, kind of like a Cujo dog house thing, where if you got too close to it, like a dog head would kind of like pop out and like, rah, 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 right?
Yeah.
And Brielle kept trying to bring Iris near it. I'm just like, no, like, you're going to freaking traumatize her. And then she's not going to like this stuff anymore. Like, she's just going to associate it with fear.
Yeah, I can see where it comes from. Yeah, definitely with dogs, you don't want to do that.
Yeah, well, not even that. It's just like Halloween in general.
Oh, okay.
Like, because it didn't look like exactly like a dog. It was just like a creepy looking image. Just it's like kind of like a demon dog.
Maybe don't introduce her to Child's Play though until she's a teen. Let's not ruin dolls for her just yet.
Yeah, that one's a little far off, Rose. But like,
mark my words, I will buy. I'll buy her a good guy doll. When she's a teenager.
I just need to establish like movies are fake.
Yes.
But no, like my whole thing, like I do want to, like want to introduce her to like all of these different things, but they can be traumatizing in a way. Like I did the same thing with fishing. Like I didn't when we went fishing that one time, I didn't make her hold her fish. I had her hold the fishing line and take a picture, and she was fine with that until it started moving, and then once she was just like, I don't like that, then like put a stop to it. And it was like the same thing. Like Brielle was trying to like pull her towards all the scary shit, like all of the displays that jump out towards you. And I'm just like, no, like we're gonna do it at a distance. I'm gonna tell her, oh my gosh, like these are so silly. Like look, it's spooky. Like I was doing that, and then she was like, oh yeah, it's just spooky. And so we got closer and closer until she was like all for it.
Yeah.
And then we saw, and then like the clowns, like they had one that was like messed up, like even for me, where it was like these two clowns holding this tiny little clown, and it was like lurching back and forth, like they were like pulling on this clown, and the clown would like in the middle would like shake and scream, and like super creepy, right?
Oh yeah.
Iris freaking turned it into a game where I was holding one of her hands, and then Brielle was holding her other hand, and then I'd like pull on her, and, like kind of like lurch her, like pull her into me, and then Brielle would pull her into her, and then it just turned into like a baby tug of war.
Oh my god, that's so cute.
Yeah, and so she was like all for it, and she thought the clowns were like the funniest thing.
Oh my god, dude! That just you say that just reminds me of when remember when we took Iris to Spirit Halloween before?
Yeah, she had
the
very
Halloween
different
before.
thoughts about that.
Yeah, she did.
I don't think that was anything that she saw. I don't think that was any of those issues. I think she was tired, and she.
Yeah, no, I think you're absolutely right.
Yeah, so that was the issue there.
But dude, oh my god, I just became an even more proud uncle. Oh my god.
Oh.
So let me know when I can get her a Michael Myers plushie, a Chucky plushie, a Freddy Chucky, a Jason plushie.
As long as they're like cute,
I'm just
like
dude,
they're
I'm totally getting it.
I know. Well, I'm not. Like if they're
okay.
if they could be considered cute, then sure, go ahead.
Yes. You have no idea what door you just opened.
I am fully aware of who you are, Rose.
All I'm saying is, Brielle better not come back to bite me in the ass with Brielle when her birthday rolls around.
I'll take the bullet for that if I have to. Anyway, getting back to character development and the whole delivering Cole thing, like it's like he still had the I would say he still had the desire to be Santa. It's just he was losing motivation based off of what everyone was wanting.
Yes.
And you could see it in him. There were some kids that he was just like he had a soft spot for, and it was the younger kids, of course. And then it was the older ones that were just I want cash, 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 video game. And then he's just pissed off at that, which understandable. But he kind of regained his love and appreciation, not even for Christmas, just his history as the Viking warrior. So yes. it kind of reignited a bunch of things within him, which was really nice to see. So I'm not exactly sure where I sit with character development. I might need a minute. You got any other thoughts on?
Not really. Just I was honestly shocked of how solid it character development it was for being a Santa Claus movie. Just it definitely had some twists and turns when it came to character development, and they were well thought out. They were very well executed, and yeah, just overall, I say it was pretty solid. So I'm gonna go an 80.
I'm actually going to match you there.
Hell yeah.
I think it was, like I said, a little bit above average. Nothing like awe-inspiring or anything, but it was good. All right, next up, where this movie absolutely shined, the effects, and holy shit. My only problem with effects is maybe the bleeding was a tad excessive. And what I mean is, like, when someone got stabbed, it was like gushing blood, but the blood seemed like really thick.
That is fair.
Other than that, zero issues.
Dude, yeah, seriously. Oh my god. Just literally the scene in the frickin' garage where David Harbour is just going to town on all of those henchmen with a sledgehammer. He's freaking using ice skates. Just, oh my god, it was so awesome. I freaking loved every minute of it.
Dude, just complete brutality. And hell, those weren't even so, like, I love that they try to keep most, if not all, of the kills somewhat Christmas related.
They did.
Like, I think, like, a couple of my favorite kills. One was the freaking fight with what's his face, Frosty, where he shoves the freaking star into his eye.
Yes. And of course, the cherry on top, he plugs it in.
Yeah, plugs it in, and the dude's head catches on fire.
Just like, yes. Chef's kiss.
Dude, like that. Oh my gosh. Like, when he shoved that, I was like, okay, like, that was a freaking violent kill. And then he gets up, and I'm like, oh, no. And then when I see him, like, look over, I'm like, is he going to plug the star in? And then once he did that, I was like, this movie's freaking awesome. Like, I freaking love that. I also really love the when he's fighting that one dude who is like on the computers and he's like running away and pulls like a grenade out and he just shoves it into his pants and then walks off and he's like, I gotta see this. Turns around, the dude blows up and he's like, oh shit, and then just walks off laughing.
Dude, yeah, oh my god, that was so fantastic.
Dude, that is exactly how I freaking felt. I was just like, oh shit. Oh, so good.
Dude, even one of the first kills, I think this is the first kill that Santa has, when when the guy is pushed out the window and dies by the icicle.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I freaking love that. There were a lot of, like, I feel impalements done by icicles in this movie, and I freaking loved it, and just reminds you, like, how freaking sharp that shit can be.
Yeah, no joke. And dude, I love that they freaking addressed that you can turn candy canes into lethal weapons.
Yes, that was great.
That was, like, I know that we saw it in the trailer where he's like stabbing people with the freaking candy cane, but holy shit, dude. Like, seeing it in action, it's just like, yes, this is just kind of what everyone imagines would happen if you decided to go crazy on someone with a freaking candy cane.
Yeah, exactly. Loved it so much.
Yeah, that was a great one. Ooh, I got some 2019 Child's Play vibes with the mulcher.
Yes. Although I feel this one was done better.
It was done so much better.
Yeah.
Love that one.
So much more bloody, and I freaking loved it.
Trying to think of some like other decent kills. Oh, freaking Scrooge! His death was,
dude, oh my god,
horrifying.
That caught me off guard. I'm like, the fuck did I just witness?
Dude, that was rough to watch.
It really was.
Especially when Santa like is sitting there like laughing and then throws his like what remains of his body over. Like,
yeah, right?
Like, oh, like, oh no, that's gross.
Yeah, that was. Ugh.
Oh man, that was just brutal. Just like I said, pure freaking brutality.
So great.
I love how it wasn't even like something where it was like super dramatic that he was doing it. It was just something like they're wrestling more or less, and then he grabs him, like he turns around, grabs Scrooge, and then taps his nose, and then he started turning into like the dust to go up the chimney, and I was like, oh no. And oh my gosh, like I think what got me was him getting stuck.
Yeah, that was.
Like he's like screaming, he's like no, and then he gets like caught, and then I'm like, okay, like this is gonna mess him up, and then he's like just rips him through the freaking chimney. Like, oh my hell.
God, now I'm playing it back again in my head, and I hate it.
Dude, that I will say was hard for me to watch.
Yeah, like you said, it's gonna.
I'm so glad I was in the theater by myself, because I like out loud went, oh.
Dude, I love it. Dude, I forget what scene it was. I think it's at the beginning. When like I think like when Santa's just like, oh yeah, you know, I need this many drinks to like actually get me through this holiday or some shit like that. I heard someone in the back of trying to be like, yeah, same Santa. It's like it's not even in the freaking movie, and I'm already laughing.
Oh man, dude, this movie was so freaking good.
Yeah.
Like this is exactly what I wanted from this movie, in like
same here.
almost every single way. So the only thing that I'm going to dock for, effects wise, is maybe the reindeer. The reindeer looked super fake.
I can definitely agree with you on that one.
And I think that's just an issue with Christmas movies in general. Most of the reindeer look really, really fake.
It's true. It was very true.
But yeah, I'm not going to dock it a ton because the reindeer weren't like a huge part of this movie.
Certain they left his ass.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, so I think I'm going to be at like a 92 with the effects. I think it earned it.
Yeah, you know, I'm going to match it. I absolutely agree with you.
All right, next up we got music.
I'm trying to think of like what Christmas songs were in this movie.
They played a decent variety of Christmas songs.
That's what I thought, but for some reason, like I can't remember any of them.
Yeah, like this is where I feel like the music worked for the scenes, but didn't quite stand out.
I don't remember them having starting song. Okay. Oh yeah, I guess that was the starting song, "A Holly Jolly Christmas" by Burl Ives.
I feel like that's just a classic staple. Christmas song. So that's like that's where this is really tough, because it's like it's Christmas music, so it's like very much above average, but it's just it worked well with the scene, but it's not anything like you'd remember super well.
I feel the one that like definitely is it worked so well was the Donde, I'm gonna butcher that, Donde está Santa Claus by Tony Sante. And that's I think it's when he was fighting the one that he stabs the star into his eye.
That's right.
Yeah, that's like definitely like the one that I do remember specifically. That song, and like I'm like, okay, you know what? I like this pick for this scene. It definitely works. I like it.
Yeah. I don't remember that one nearly as well as I remember the one that was playing when they were fighting in the barn.
Yeah, that one was Christmas Time by Bryan Adams.
Yeah, like good songs, but it's just I think they were just overshadowed by what was happening in the scene, so it just didn't quite stick very well.
Yeah, that's fair.
This one's tough. I'm sitting between like a 7 and an 8. And an 8 strictly because it's Christmas music.
I don't know, just because like they didn't like exactly like really stick out that much, except for that one song. Like I'm more so at like a 7.
I can definitely go 7. Like I could have been talked either way, and so if you're going 7, I'm going 7.
Okay, cool.
All right, next up we got costumes. So the only like real big costume was David Harbour as Santa.
I thought it looked great.
His
I was
suit looked great. His
Yes.
suit looked good. His beard, though,
That is, I see where you're coming from with that.
his beard was a little rough for me.
I will say it was kind of it was definitely interesting seeing a Santa wear a leather outfit. That definitely took me by surprise. But I thought that was a very nice different iteration. You're definitely used to them wearing, you know, like the classic like wouldn't say
velvet.
shirt. Yeah, velvet Santa suit. So seeing him in like a leather Santa suit, I feel was a nice change, and it worked well.
You said you haven't seen Christmas Chronicles, right?
Yes, I have not.
Yeah. Look up Kurt Russell's suit in that, because he wears a leather jacket in that.
Oh, okay.
And apparently, like I was watching this documentary about like the Santa Claus industry, and apparently that movie like upped the game for most Santas.
Oh yes, I love that.
Yeah, I think
It
it
looks
works
great.
really. Yeah, right?
Yeah. Damn, I really need to watch these movies because God, he looks fantastic as Santa Claus.
Christmas Chronicle, the first one, definitely worth the watch. Like, absolutely. Like, just Kurt Russell just bleeds charm and just Santa wonder in that movie. The second one, definitely if you got nothing better to do.
Oh, it's not as good as the first.
Not nearly as good as the first.
Okay.
The only thing that like that one had was Mrs. Claus was in it a little bit more.
Okay.
But other than that, it was like the first one's good enough.
All right. Have they announced if they're doing a third one at all, or is it just a 2 and that's it?
I hope they just leave it at the 2. Unless they have like a really solid idea for a third, which they didn't have one for the second.
It
was not good. Like their idea for the
look like they are.
Yeah, their idea for the second one was an elf that lost his Christmas spirit, turned human, and was trying to destroy Christmas. Kind of stupid.
I mean, that's not the worst Christmas idea I've heard, but it's not great.
Yeah, it's not the least bit ideal. The first one was really solid. It's these kids that are having issues because their dad died. Stay up to catch Santa in the act, and then they like spot him, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, this is so cool!" And then they run outside, see his sleigh, jump in his sleigh, and then just kind of get him thrown off track, and so it's like an adventure of gathering all of his magical items and shit, so he can like do Christmas over, and it's good. I'm not doing it the story justice whatsoever, but it's good.
Okay.
Anyway, getting back to costumes. I really dug just his overall like suit, but I liked what he was wearing underneath it too. Kind of had like that Viking vibe.
Yeah, it was straight. I mean, it looked straight up like a pirate shirt to me. That's what I associate that kind of shirt with. But yeah, I absolutely loved it.
Yeah, kind of like I can see what you're meaning there with the pirate vibe. It's just like, so for those of you that don't know, he was wearing like just a brown tunic underneath his suit. And then under that, he was wearing like a puffy white shirt, like long sleeve shirt. But a majority of the film, he was wearing his jacket, like his nice red leather jacket, and his hat. Classic red pants, boots, nothing too special there. I really liked his gloves.
Yeah, dude, those were so good.
Yeah, like they were classic like brown leather gloves, but some of the fingers were cut off. And I don't know if that was because they like something happened to them, but it seemed like that was like an intentional thing.
Yeah, I don't know either.
And I didn't quite know where to fit this one in. I wanted to bring up how his sled looked, and how it looks like a Viking ship.
It did. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it has like Viking runes on it, and I freaking love that look. Kind of has like the hardwood feel. Like it looks like a freaking compact Viking ship. It's freaking sick.
So freaking cool.
Yeah, and then the freaking whoever designed the tattoos that he had, amazing.
Yes, dude. Oh my god. So good. So good.
So freaking loved that. Everyone else, like they fit. Like decent costumes all around, but Santa was definitely like the standout.
Oh, absolutely. No question about it.
This one's tough because it's like the extras bring it down, but Santa's really good. I'm at an 8 or a 9, and I could be talked either way.
I feel just because the extras give I don't know, just because I loved how he looked, the way that the Santa suit looked. So
yeah, but it's like, did everyone else like earn that?
That's true. Yeah, so I would have to sit at an 8.
Yeah, and a majority of that is because of freaking Santa.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like honestly, without his outfit, the movie'd probably be about a 6.
Yeah, absolutely agree.
Like, it's just, I think it would be a very strong 6, very weak 7. And the only reason is because some of the mercenaries were dressed in like a Christmas outfit. Like, what's her face? Candy Cane?
Yeah, remember that.
Like, she's the only reason that it would get even remotely close to a 7.
I can definitely agree with you on that one.
But yeah, with Santa, just solid 8. Alright, last up we got our own personal score. I'll take this one first.
Okay.
I had a blast with this frickin' movie. I did not expect it to be as good as it was. Like, I expected to like David Harbour and enjoy some of like the the Christmas violence and whatnot, but I didn't expect to like. I left the theater like just with a shit-eating grin on my face. Like, it was so much fun to sit there and watch how violent Santa could get in creative ways too. Like, I always appreciate good creative kills, and I think they exceeded every expectation that I had, and then some. And just the fact that they kept everything holiday themed, other than maybe like one or two kills, was fantastic. So for me, I think I'm going to be at like an 89.
That's completely fair. No, yeah, honestly, literally everything that you hit on, just had such a blast with this movie. Was not expecting to walk out of it enjoying it that much. David Harbour just absolutely kills it as Santa Claus. And John Leguizamo is also worth talking about because he's a really great villain in this movie. But yeah, had a great time, and honestly, like Caleb, can't wait to watch this movie every year. It's definitely added to the list. I think I'm just going to be a little bit below you. I'm going to go at an 87.
Completely fair. All right, well, with that has brought us... All right, so going through each of the scores, we are sitting first off. The story sitting at a very solid 82. Writing dipped a pretty significant amount, sitting at a 76. Acting came back up, sitting at an 82.5. The character development, slightly above average, sitting at an 80. The effects are the high talking point of this movie, sitting at a very strong 92. Music sitting at a 7. Costumes sitting at an 8. And then our personal score averaged out to an 88. So, with all of that, the final All Bros letter grade for Violent Night has come to a B.
Not bad.
Yeah, not bad at all. It barely missed the mark of being a B minus.
Okay. But
So
that's okay.
Yeah, it's on the
good.
lower end. So it's sitting at an 83.18%.
Okay.
Which, again, isn't horrible. It's just not as high as I think most people would like.
Probably.
Alright, so let's see. 83. So Violent Night is actually our second lowest B movie.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, so it is. So let's start off like what it's below, and then we'll go the opposite way. So it is sitting below Shazam, which is at an 83.25. It is below Bill and Ted Face the Music, which is at an 83.32. It is below Toy Story 4, which is at an 83.42. As well as Child's Play 2019, which is at an 83.43. And then finally, it is below James Gunn's Suicide Squad at an 83.5.
Alright. Bad.
Yeah, going the opposite direction, though, it is above Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle, which is at an 83.06.
Okay.
And then going into the B minus range, it's above The Greatest Showman, which is at an 82.93, as well as Mulan, which is at an 82.62, It's above The Hunt, which is at an 82.47. And then it is above Chippendale Rescue Rangers, which is at an 82.43.
All right, not bad.
Yeah, I think it has a decent home.
I would agree.
Would you agree with it being below Toy Story 4? Like, I that's the one I thought you'd have issues with.
Wait, wait. So you said, do I have an
Yeah.
issue with it being below Toy Story 4?
Yeah.
No, because I mean, I know I have problems with Toy Story 4, but I still do enjoy it.
Yeah. I
honestly thought
I think
this
this
Toy Story 4 higher than that. Not gonna lie.
Nope, and that's probably my fault.
Yeah, asshole. Just kidding.
Hey, I'll take it. Yeah. Yeah. I think it has a decent home overall. Like, it's all these movies that we have in like or at least in this area are all ones that I enjoyed better than they scored.
That's fair. That's absolutely fair, and I can definitely agree with you on that.
Yeah, like I really enjoyed Shazam, but I understand why it's as low as it is, as well as Jumanji. Really liked Jumanji, but completely understandable why it ended up in that range. So it makes sense.
Yeah.
So I'm not too butthurt about it.
Me neither.
So yeah, that's where it's sitting.
Sweet. Well, I would say that does it for this episode. If you like what you heard and you want to listen to more of us, be sure to follow and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. We are damn near everywhere. Excuse me. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio. Yeah, you can find, like I said, you can find us damn near anywhere. You can also catch all of our episodes on YouTube if that is your preferred listening platform. If you want to check out our social media, you can find us literally also on every platform. It's kind of amazing. Like, we're even on TikTok now. It's kind of incredible. But those are as followed. You got Facebook, facebook.com/The Allbros, Twitter and Instagram, and TikTok at The Allbros. You can also email us because not only through email, but also through the social media. You can let us know if there's any movies that you want us to break down. It's also a great way to let us know if you want to join us for an episode. We'd love to have anyone. So that email is theallbroschannel@gmail.com. If you want to check out our website, get to know us a little more, tinyurl.com/theallbros. And if you want to buy some of our merch, because Caleb kills it and knocks it out of the park every single freaking week with the designs that he comes up with for these each and every episode, and I am so grateful for what he is able to do. And yeah, Caleb, thank you for just putting time and effort to every single episode art.
So if you want with the challenge,
good. I love hearing that. So if you've loved any of them, and you want them on like a mug, a t-shirt, or anything, be sure to check out our TeePublic store, tpublic.com/user/The Allbros channel. That's where you're going to be able to find all of them. Did you see that did you see the 2 sales that we made in the past couple days?
Yes. What the hell?
One, of course, was for another Monster House Dreamcast, but yeah, the She-Hulk Dreamcast, wasn't it for like stickers?
Yeah.
I was like, hell yeah.
Someone bought 4 stickers.
Yeah. I was like, hell yeah, that's awesome, man.
Yeah, don't know how the hell that happened. Dude, I don't know if we've ever sold She-Hulk before.
No, it's usually always Monster House.
Yeah. I'll take it, I guess.
Yeah. But yeah, so next week we'll be breaking down I guess a lot of people would say the true sequel to A Christmas Story Christmas, which you can actually check out right now on HBO Max. I will say though, like, have you seen A Christmas Story 2? Like the one that came out in like, I think like 2013 or some shit like that?
No, I've heard nothing but horrible things about it, and I will not be watching that ever.
I don't know. To me, it's not as bad as everyone says. I feel that the kid that they picked to play Ralphie actually does a really good job. It's just a lot of like the supporting cast around him are not that good. But I mean, Daniel Stern is decent as the old man. But I mean, you know, it's Daniel Stern, so like you really can't go wrong with him.
No, you can't.
But so really quickly, I remember, like, I think it was like when it first came out, the kids that they picked to play Flick and Schwartz, I feel that they should have switched, because the other one looks a lot more like how they look opposite of how each should look in freaking high school. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel that they should have switched the actors. But anyway, we're not going to talk about A Christmas Story 2. We're going to be talking about A Christmas Story Christmas next week. So if you guys want to check that movie out before we break it down, you can find it right now on HBO Max. It's an HBO Max original. So until then, this has been the All Bros Podcast. I am Jonathan.
And I'm Caleb.
And we will catch you guys next week. So long. Try to do it as Caleb's Deuces, and it came out. God, that was just garbage.
Deuces.